Alrighty guys, we're back again with another video. Another just sit down talk type of video. I haven't been making any lately because I just been dealing with a lot of stuff. My car tires pops, which is a drag. But I mean, I'm gonna get those soon, so I'll go back on the road with little princess. I miss driving her. She's cool as fuck. But I mean, I got nothing specific to like talk about or anything like that. I'm just kind of like, I kind of want to introduce myself properly. Since if I'm gonna do this, I just wanna, make a little video about that, and I won't make it very long, 20 minutes at max. I'm probably just gonna speak to myself. Perhaps nobody's gonna watch this, but it's all good. So yeah, my name is AB, or you can call me Abe. And I'm just out here trying to have fun with this stuff, with this video stuff. Like kind of a social experiment. I'm not really sure, and I'm just kind of winging this shit. It's not really a script or anything like that. I don't want to do all that shenanigans. But yeah, like I said, the name is Abe, or Abe. That's my channel. And what can I say about myself? Let's see. One thing I can say about myself is I'm a man of science. I like facts. I like logic. And it's interesting to learn more about, it's interesting to learn about it. It's cool how the universe works, how the world works, how, the animal kingdom works, how this and that works. It's cool. And not that religion is not, it's not knowledgeable. I like religion to an extent. I'm not religious, but I like the stories that they speak about. Like in the Bible, the story of Adam and Eve and the birth of Venus, if I'm correct. I mean, like I said, I'm not really religious, but I like those stuff. The story of, the Lucifer, the fallen angel, because he wanted to take God's throne and all of that stuff. I think it's cool. They're very poetic stories. I like them. And I love the medieval paintings. I also like that shit too. I think they're kind of cool. And I know, like I said, I'm a man of science. I like science. I like learning how the brain works. Just how everything functions in this universe, this infinite universe. Because I myself, I'm a sole believer of the mind. I believe that the mind is like the most powerful tool the human being has. And with it, you can be whatever you wish. I think the possibilities are endless. If you know how to properly, control yourself, drive yourself, and understand that, nothing is impossible, basically. I mean, the only religion that I have read before is the Bhagavad Gita. I think that's one of my favorite religions. I like how they talk about, respecting other religions, how they respect them, because they believe that, they're all speaking about the same God, just in a different language or different culture. So that's why I like, and it teaches you a lot of stuff, not just religion stuff. It's very scientific. It talks about, the universe, how, so it's expanding. And the one book that I would recommend is the Bhagavad Gita. That's kind of the scripture that I'm talking about right now. I read that book maybe 3-4 times, because it's always changing. You're always learning something new about it. And I don't know, it's just cool. It teaches you about how have self-control. I mean, I don't know if you remember my previous video when I speak about how words are very powerful. If you know how to, if you know what words to say, and you understand the people around you and how they function, the type of personality they are, you can not like I'm fucking doing it or anything like that, but it's just cool to see, understand that just a few words can like, you know, not provoke, but like, make people think if you know what you're gonna say, if you know what you're saying, because it's not about just talking out of your ass. You gotta like, understand that everything is connected and that sort of stuff. Um, it also teaches you about like having self-control over your body, your mind, and your speech, and I like all of that stuff. It's cool. It's a very cool book that I would recommend. I mean, I can go on and on, but that's a lot of knowledge for that. Too much knowledge, because I mean, like they say, too much just anything is bad, And if you're not careful with the ideas, that you come across in, I mean, your reality can get distorted if you're not in control of yourself and understand your limits and what you can and cannot take and that sort of stuff. So it's like, you know, thinking too much is bad for you. It's good to think, don't get me wrong. It's good to think for yourself and not be a sheep, and just, understand, like the book says, you're God, you know. You create your own reality. You bend things how you wish or how you see fit. You are the creator of your own universe, and that's something that you should keep that in mind. Nowadays, I mean, the way I look at it nowadays is like this world's so selfish, but yet we don't think for ourselves, and that's kind of the wackest contradiction, in my opinion. Um, but yeah, sorry, I just see somebody pull up. Um, but yeah, just understand that and like in the book they speak about how everything is God. The plants, the trees, the animals, and that sort of stuff. I like that. And I also like the other side of it, which is a scientific fact, because it also is proven scientifically that you are the center of the universe. Where anybody is the center of the universe. So to me, that speaks volumes. It's kind of almost what the Hinduism scriptures talks about, but in the scientific matter, how they talk about like your mind is so powerful. Like one thing that changed me was understanding, or not understanding, but hearing about the mind and how it's so powerful. That if we had 100% control of that, we could create our own galaxy. If if you unlock your whole brain capacity or use your brain 100%, or your mind, whatever it is. Some people are gonna debate like, oh, we do use 100%, and it's true. I think that's a true fact for sure. But the mind is what we don't use 100% of the time, because we got the consciousness and the subconscious, and so it's like an iceberg. You only see the tip of it, but underneath it, it's like this huge amount of information that we don't know about it. We don't, or we do know about it, but what do you say? We portray what the subconscious is, but unconsciously, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I do. We do use 100% of our brain. That's a fact. I think it's a mind that we don't use 100%, because we're so distracted. All this stuff, we just want things, and that's another thing about me. I'm not materialistic. I don't. My material stuff really don't mean anything to me. That's just like very human thing to care about. It's like things come and go, just like money comes and go. And when you die, they don't go with you, you know? They stay here, and they will get recycled, they get, given to another person, and, all of that stuff doesn't mean anything because you don't take it with you. This stuff. And, I believe that being a supreme being is being able to control yourself. Like, that's what a supreme, to better oneself, I think that's what it is to be a supreme being. Not all this money stuff or materialistic stuff. I think that's just for fools, But I can't say that can't say that I don't do another stuff, which I do, I like expensive stuff. I mean, I like driving. I think if it ain't foreign, then it's boring. But it's not even because like I'm contradicting myself. It's just like more of a I know that's what makes people tick or makes them piss off. It like provokes them just for having nice stuff. It offends people, especially when somebody like me owns this sort of stuff. And that's kind of why I have these things. Some of them I like them. I like that stuff. One, because I like to offend people, which is kind of whack. It's like they see me driving this car and they're like, offended by it because someone like me owns it. It's like, man, chill. It's like, it's just a car, man. It takes me to point A to point B. Just a good car. There's no difference. I don't think I'm better than you, nor do I think I'm less than you. I'm always gonna look at you as my equal, regardless who you are, where you come from, whatever. I'm always gonna acknowledge you as my equal at the end of the day. I just don't like people's mentality, whether it's like, about money or race or religion or sexuality. I mean, all that stuff is pointless. It's whack. Some of the shit people are be wilding about. Society's changing a lot. It's crazy to think about how much. Sorry, I'm just kind of rambling. Like I said, I have no scripture. It's like I got no script. I'm kind of just winging it off, telling you a little bit about myself. I might be taking too much of what goes in my brain, but that's basically what goes in my brain. I think about stuff like that. What it truly is to be a supreme being, what is actual wealth, not money. I mean, it's nice to have money. It makes things easier. It's comforting, but doesn't mean like that's the meaning of a life, which is not, because I hate money. Even though I chase it and that's what I want, I hate it. I hate it. I hate that stuff. I hate the money. It means nothing to me. But like I said, it's just because I have those sort of, I'm not saying I'm rich, because I'm not, but I like to offend people. They get offended too fast, and it's kind of sad, because at the end of that, that's just envy. You're envious, you're jealous, and that's not good. Jealousy is an ugly thing. But yeah, I also like making music. I love music. If it wasn't for music, this place, I don't even know what the hell this place would be without music. But I love music. I love making music. I mean, I ain't crazy about it. Like, I'm not dropping stuff all the time. But little bro and I, we record a few things here and there. Kind of like Marilyn Manson said once. He's like a journalist, I think he says, who, he sees the world, he's looking at the world, and he kind of like, in his songs and the interview he did, it's like, he looks at the world and then he like speaks about what's going on in the world. So like being a journalist, I don't know if that makes sense. But I like music. I like all kinds of music, as long as it catches my ears, then I'm gonna listen to it, whether it's rock, rap, jazz, classical. I love classical. Um, all sorts of all sorts of genres I like. As long as it has a good beat, good lyrics, and a good flow, it's good in my book. I like the old stuff. Like, um, let me see. I don't know their names, but I know the name of the songs. Like, "Put Your Head on My Shoulder." That's a good song. That sort of stuff. And that type of music, I make rap. I make rap music. And it just, like I said, I just kind of speak about what I'm thinking, or what is it that I see in the world, and I just kind of use the music as a tool to express myself and express either my views, my feelings, whatever. That's what I like to do. I like music. What else? Music, and I ain't no car mechanic, but I like working on my cars. At least my car. I mean, I'm be more than welcome to help anybody who needs help. You need a brake change. I look it up. I mean, you got your phone now. You got the information, the knowledge in the palm of your hand. So it's like, you don't have to be an expert. You just look it up, and you just do it. Learn. Pretty simple. That's what I do. I just like look up YouTube videos or read about it online and see exactly what is it that I need supposed to do, like what kind of fluids I need to use, how much fluids I have to use, and all those sort of stuff. Pretty cool. But yeah, I'm outside right now. Pretty nice place. Let me show you guys. Shit. So they're playing all kinds of shenanigans. Looks pretty swag. And there's a big bus over there for the white folks. But yeah, what else? It's just all this knowledge in my brain. I mean, like I said, I don't think I'm better than anybody, or think I'm less because of what I know. I know that you can learn what I have learned. I mean, we're not different. We're the same. We're just a copy of each other. So, I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. Yeah, and at the moment, I've been reading a lot about business because I want to, I don't know. I want to learn how to invest, do that sort of stuff. Because, I mean, that's kind of where all the money's at, If you're smart about stuff and you don't let your emotions get in the way, and understand it. You don't have to be a genius about it. You don't have to be like, I know this is like a misconception that you need so much money to invest and that you need to go to school for it and like all this shit. Like, nah, fuck that. You don't have to. You just have to read online. You have to, if you really want to do it, whatever it is you want to do, just, learn about it, read about it. Like I said, you got the knowledge in the palm of your hands. But yeah, I've been learning how to invest. I want to learn the secret of doing less but getting more out of things, and that's kind of what I'm reading right now with this book. It's called The 4-Hour Week, and it's kind of just like taking me on this like journey, I guess you could call it, about how the new rich, that's what you call it, the new rich, how they think, their mentality. And I like it. I mean, it's not, it's just telling you the difference, the average, or the different views between the average man and the rich man. It's like, it talks about how they're different, why is it that they're rich, and why is it that these people stay the same in the same place. And that's because he talks about like being realistic. That's his word. Like, the moment you decide to be realistic, like, oh my, like, you tell yourself like, man, I can't do this because I have to work so I can pay this and that. or it's like I have to work so I can have this when I grow older and retired. No, he like debunks all of that. He tells that you should be unrealistic. Like be like a toddler or be like a kid. When you were a kid, like you would think to yourself, oh, I want to grow up to be this, or when I grow up I want to be that. It's just like it tells you that you should think like that. You should think big. You shouldn't comfort yourself with the with the sheep mentality. And I like it. It talks about all this stuff. What else? Also, what else did you talk about, actually? Let me do a little recap for y'all, because I kind of forgot already. I suck at reading. Like, I read, and then I forget what the fuck I just read, like, 5 seconds ago. I have to reread it again. But I mean, it's just, it's just stupid. But let me recap what he also talked about. Just the difference between, the different mentality between the rich and the poor, or the average worker, the employee, whatever, and how you should what else? He talks about like how the new rich follow this structure, this this structure, and he calls it deal, and each letter is its own acronym for something. Like, you got deal, and a D is for definition, E is for elimination, A is for automation, and L for liberation. Right now I finished definition. That's where he's just talking about the different viewpoints, and now I'm starting with the elimination, which he talks about like, his example is like he owned this business, and he thought that he needed to work 9 to 5, like always working, and because he thought that he approached it, and what was it? I forget the exact words, but he was doing this job, and he believed that you had to work all the time to get a good outcome out of it. And then he realized that all that I was doing was just giving him headaches, and just not feeling like he owned this business. Like he felt the opposite of that, like he was just a slave to it. And he realized, okay, well, he used some kind of theory or some kind of concept called the 80-20 concept, which talks about like, take a step back, analyze, don't get emotional, and analyze what's going on. So he talks about like, oh, he had this business, he had 120 customers, and it was just all headache, and he wanted to change that. So what he did the 80-20, and out of those 120 people, he eliminated 80% and only kept the ones that he profited off the most. And what do you call it? He realized, man, why am I wasting my time on these people that I have to chase after them, calls, emails, blah blah, and I never get a response back? I might as well just stick with the people that, my biggest customers, the ones that provide like 90% of my income, and just focus on them, and increase their what's the word? Their servings, increase their product, and make it frequently. So it's a cool book. It's like a very cool book. I want to read more and talk about, because right now he's just talking about like, like him having that business. And now I want to learn like, how can I apply that to like how can that be applied for like an average person that's an employee that doesn't have a company. And that's kind of basically what I want to learn. I mean, he's talking about it a little bit. He talks about like, if you're an employee and you do this stuff, you'll show your value, and you'll be worth a lot more, and companies won't be able to fire you, or they will suffer from firing you, because you're valuable. You're bringing things to talks about like, you know, you should never think about like how is it? Just that your time is valuable, your own time is valuable, and that you shouldn't slip away till you're 60 so you can finally have a good time and, you know, you're retired and whatever, but all of that stuff. So that's cool. I'm reading that. Sorry if it's like random and stupid. I'm sorry. It's just like it's not script, and I'm not really being funny today. But look at this swag, yo. But yeah, that's cool book. And then I'm gonna read this other book about the mind, the mysteries of the mind. I want to get more in depth about it. I mean, I know a few things here and there, but I want to reread something like this scientific book and see what is it that I gain from it. Because I love learning. That's another thing with me. I like learning. Knowledge is power, you know? And that's what I like doing. I like learning this stuff. And I mean, this video is gonna be kind of long. I guess I'll make it 30 minutes. I didn't realize that I was talking so much. I'm sorry. But yeah, you should read that book. I mean, I guess, you know, if you wanna take a look on, you know, how much you're, if you wanna reevaluate your worth, you know, and do the smart thing instead of doing what the sheep do or the average person do, you know. This book is good for you. It gives you a new perspective, new ideas, how to look at life, and, you know, perhaps, you know, you grow to do something big, which I'm hoping I do. But yeah, that's basically the video for today. I'm sorry if I just went off track. And, you know, first thing I should tell you, or, you know, I should tell you that whatever I spoke about earlier, you know, don't think about it, don't ponder on about it. You know, too much of anything is no bueno. But yeah, what else? Actually, I like Buddhism too, to a little extent. I mean, I don't know much about it, but I read the story about the Buddha, and I think it was really cool. So basically, it consists of like Buddha, right? He's this wealthy kid with, you know, he's a wealthy kid, and he's never been outside the palace, you know, where the village are. He's always been inside his, you know, mansion, his big castle, whatever they want to call it. And he finally decides to go out for some reason. I forget, it was a very long time I read this. So he decides to go out, and he sees all the suffering in this world, you know, and he can't understand it, why is it that these people suffer so much. And then from that point on, you know, he just decided to enlighten himself. And that's when, like, the pose of the Buddha comes from, because he sits under a tree, you know, in the story. He sits under a tree and he starts humming, which is the sound is supposed to like help you concentrate, you know, help you clear your mind and just focus on meditating. So he sits under a tree, he's doing this whole meditating stuff with his position, you know, and he turns it to stone because he finally reached alignment. And I think it's kind of cool. It's just very cool, the story, like when he sees all the suffering in this world and all of that stuff, which is true. I mean, it's a lot of bad things happen to good people. And that's no bueno. You know, we should all at least live comfortable. We should all live comfortable. Sorry, I took a shower and my fucking soap got in my eyes. But at least my hair smells good. But yeah, that's who I am. I'm actually gonna work on another song, and I want it to be like a story about what is it that we do, and I'm gonna call it Mona Lisa. And, you know, you'll see why. You know, there's a meaning behind it. And I want my lyrics to be deep, or at least have double meanings. You know, just because I want to. You know, people don't have to like listen to it or whatever. But, you know, I want my my music to be good. And check out little bro. He snaps. I might put his, or I'm gonna put his SoundCloud on the description if I know how. But yeah, me and him make a lot of songs. He's really good. But yeah, this has been 30 minutes. I'm sorry. I hope you enjoyed the conversation. Next time we'll do a lot more stuff. We'll go out fishing. We'll do something fun. Bring you guys with me. Let me get some water. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll start doing good things. I gotta learn how to edit and all of that stuff. I know I already said like all that stuff like quadrillion times ago, but it's true. I gotta learn how to do that to make the videos more entertaining and sit here, because I know sometimes you don't want to sit down and listen to some ugly ass talk for 30 minutes. But yeah, I mean, I am back for today. Well, I is back for today, boys. Hope y'all enjoy this one. Say whatever you gotta say in the comments. I appreciate all of it. I'm chilling like a villain. Peace out.